The gunman who killed 51 Muslim worshippers in New Zealand's worst mass shooting will face survivors of his attack on Monday at a sentencing hearing. Brenton Tarrant, an Australian, has pleaded guilty to 51 murder charges, 40 charges of attempted murder and 1 charge of committing a terrorist act. The attacks on March 15, 2019, which targeted people praying at the Al-Noor and Linwood mosques, shocked the nation and prompted new laws banning the deadliest types of semi-automatic weapons. They also prompted global changes to social media protocols after the gunman live-streamed his attack on Facebook, where it was viewed by hundreds of thousands of people. The hearing on Monday will take place at the courthouse in Christchurch, the city where Tarrant carried out the attacks. Some survivors, who have travelled from abroad to attend the hearing, will be allowed in the courtroom for their first encounter with Tarrant since the shootings. Coronavirus measures mean the number of survivors in the main courtroom will be limited to 35 at any one time. The hearing will also be streamed to 7 adjacent courtrooms, which can hold another 200 people. Judge Cameron Manda will hear some 66 victim impact statements, according to the court. He said he realized the court process had been exhausting and frustrating for many of the victims. Finality and closure is considered by some as the best means of bringing relief to the Muslim community, he wrote in a court memo. The judge is not allowing live reporting from the sentencing hearing and has reserved the right to ban some things that are said in court from being broadcast or published. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, who was praised around the world for her empathy and leadership after the attacks, said she would be monitoring the hearing closely. I don't think there is much that I can say that is going to ease just how traumatic that period is going to be, she said. Tarrant, who is representing himself, will be allowed to speak before the sentencing. A murder conviction carries a mandatory sentence of life in prison. The judge can impose a life term without parole, a sentence that has never been used in New Zealand. Andrew Geddes, a law professor at the University of Otago, said the case was unprecedented in New Zealand, both in the magnitude of the crime and the number of victims involved in the sentencing.